Legendary warriors. The powers that created us now want us all extinguished. We must join forces, or else forever be their slaves. For today, in the name of freedom, we take the battle to them. Let's roll.
Here in moments.
The ultimate gayless spectacle.
Holy Mother of God on earth and in heaven at the exact same time.
You want a piece of me? You got it!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you crazy old school is yours truly, Dan Adams, a.k.a. Soulful-Conservative. I'm recording on the smartphone voice recorder this morning for the morning edition of the Dan Adams Show. So, not the best quality, but got some things I need to get off my chest. And hopefully that you will take a listen and maybe respond back with your own opinions. It is March 6th, 2017, Monday. Got the Monday morning blues. I get it. I have them. I am just leaving a parent-teacher conference for my high schooler son, and I'm actually very pleased as his effort has improved from the first trimester to the second. So you always want to see that improvement. He missed less school and made sure he turned in assignments better this time around. So I'm definitely pleased, and hopefully this curve will continue on the upward swing. Now, first topic I want to talk about, and it's a question, basically. Should Trump continue with these witch hunts? And you know what I'm referring to in regards to the revelations and the tweets and the outright pointing of a finger to Obama and the Obama administration in regards to tapping his phones at Trump Tower. Now, I'm all about, if you did something wrong, if they did it, and there's proof that there is, then hey, let the world know. Let us, as the American voter, American citizen, and American taxpayer, know that the Obama administration went rogue and just went ahead and did things above and beyond an executive reach. But I'm posing this question: should he continue with this witch hunt in regards to trying to find out if his phones and communication devices were tapped in Trump Tower? Now, I'm looking at it like this. The Democrats are already going to continue their witch hunt in regards to this whole non-existent, completely false, and non-factual premise that the Russians interfered with the election in November. But we do have on record, because when it comes to a FISA request, and we have gone over that in the past in regards to a warrant issued by the court for the FBI or the CIA or the NSA or whoever to basically spy on American citizens. That means getting audio, getting text, getting video, and things of that nature. So, ladies and gentlemen, a FISA request was submitted by the Obama administration twice. Once, I believe, in June or July of last year, and then in October, right before the election. So to say that the Obama administration didn't have their hands in, because a FISA request isn't something that some local lawyer can do. You have to be high up, and you have to have high up permission granted to enable yourself to even file the paperwork for a FISA request. So I think at this point, Trump is trying to find out the extent of the tapping, because tapping happened. Okay, let's get that straight. I think he wants to know, okay, was I wiretapped in my own Trump Tower. We know for certain that individuals in his campaign were wiretapped. That is on record. We know this. But as far as what they did in regards to wiretapping Trump, we don't know, because we know that I believe in that first FISA, he was included. No, I'm sorry, he wasn't included. In the second one, he was. But we don't know to the extent of all the data that was collected. I'm hoping that this investigation is a swift one because they have this information at their disposal. The NSA, okay, that server farm in Utah, they have it right there, archived and ready to go and ready to be investigated, ready to be researched and looked over. So let's not waste taxpayer money and time, weeks upon weeks trying to find out what happened or what they have, because we already know it is right at their fingertips. So the question is, once again, should Trump continue with this witch hunt, and this particular witch hunt? Because all we're doing is lowering ourselves to the degree of the Democrats. The Democrats are still with no evidence whatsoever. They have none. Because if they did have concrete evidence that somehow in some way, which we know that the Russians had no influence whatsoever in regards to the November election, that they would put that information out there, and they haven't, because there is none. But they will continue because it's all about impeaching Trump. That is it. That is their main goal, impeaching Trump, trying to get Trump out of office. And my thing is this: for a person who's not a real conservative, and we know Trump isn't, you get rid of Trump, who is going to go in place of Trump? That's right, Vice President Mike Pence, who is way more conservative, way more religious, and way more, I guess, unlikable in regards to policy than Trump. Trump is just a rambunctious, bombastic, egotistical. Let's keep it real, ladies and gentlemen, for all the Trump supporters out there. We know that you know your character traits of your man. You know. And what I'm saying is true. But Mike Pence is the total opposite of that. That's why I think the yin and the yang of Trump and Pence works. But they're so eager to get Trump out. Do they really want Pence as president? I don't think so. I don't think that to be the case. I just think they just want Trump out so bad that they're going to do whatever they can in order to get him out. Now, if you know, that was to happen, and Trump is impeached, and he, you know, gracefully bows out because of some overwhelming, damning evidence against him, which there is none out there. What if it happened and Pence becomes president? What do you think the left is going to do then? They're going to try to impeach Mike Pence. So, ladies and gentlemen, it will never end. It will never stop. The left are complete and utter nut job moonbats. This will never end, as many of the pundits that are way smarter than me are stating. It will never end. So for those out there looking for an end to this, don't look for it. They are going to, once this particular witch hunt is exhausted, they're going to look for something else and look for something else for these next 4 years. Now, granted, if they find something overwhelmingly damning, illegal, then yeah, they may have grounds for impeachment. But if they're just trying to discredit, to continually put Trump in a bad light, so be it. Trump does not care. To be honest, I don't care. I just had, and names will be unnamed, but a very good friend on Facebook that once the campaign started and Trump came into fold, this person is an avid never Trump. I'm not the biggest and number one supporter of Trump. I am supporting him as president and looking at his agenda and what he's going to do, hopefully, to make America great again. I will definitely continue to hold his feet to the fire. And I think this whole continuing of this witch hunt, I think it's not the best thing for him. I truly and honestly think that. I think he needs to put this to bed and say, okay, if we're going to have an investigation, let's get it done and get it over with. And whatever you find, that's what you find. And then that's it. Don't continually talk about it or tweet about it. But this good friend of mine on Facebook, which we've mended fences, and I'm glad about that, because I definitely missed this person and their interaction on Facebook. Look at it like this, ladies and gentlemen. You have the Never Trumper side, which, you know, they're going to continually not like Trump. They're going to continually bash him, and that's their right. I ain't got no problem with that. None whatsoever. But don't get it to the point where friendships are lost. Just leave it at the door when it comes to Trump. If Trump is the ultimate, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm being really real right now. If any individual, excuse me, especially someone within the political realm, is causing friendships to end, then we got bigger problems than we thought we had. We have bigger issues than we originally thought that we had. There should never be an instance where a election, a political figure, or anything to that arena, anything within that realm, anything within that spectrum, should allow friendships to crumble and fall apart and die and end. And I'm going to make it an effort. I really am. I am going to make it an effort to leave that kind of crap at the door. Because there is so much more in life than this political stuff that we do enjoy talking about, immersing ourselves in. But for me personally, and I came to an epiphany after having this reconciliation with a Facebook friend, that I'm no longer going to allow that to happen, especially if someone that is dear to me. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to say, you know what? No, I'm not going to allow us to go down this path, because ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, do you really think it's worth a friendship ending because of some political individual? I personally 100% say hell to the no. And that's just me. Leave that BS at the door and continue to cultivate your friendships. Period. Point blank. Now, as this week goes on, and I believe today, ladies and gentlemen, as I heard on the radio before I started recording here, I believe Trump is going to announce his, I guess, reevaluated, resubmitted, and re-everything in regards to that travel ban executive order that he fumbled out of the gate, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, he did a poor job putting that first executive order out. I think if he would have took some time, ran it through some other individuals and besides those within his camp, I think this particular executive order would have been pushed out instead of that first fumbled one. Now, we haven't seen it yet, haven't heard it yet, haven't been able to privy ourselves to any of the details. But I believe it's supposed to happen today, Monday, March 6, 2017. Excuse me. I think I said 2016 at the beginning of this broadcast. I apologize. It is March 6, 2017. So if I did say 2016, my bad. But ladies and gentlemen, as this week goes on and we learn more and more about the shenanigans going on with the Obama administration, take it with a grain of salt, ladies and gentlemen. Take it with a grain of salt. Allow yourself to realize where, how, and who this information is about and where it's coming from. Because right now, we have more pressing problems in America, ladies and gentlemen, to continually rehash the criminal acts, the executive overreach, and things of that nature in regards to Barack Hussein Obama. Now, if it's something that comes up that the Trump administration is trying to correct, then I have no problem with open dialogue. But if it's going to make it and splash on the headlines just to make it a headline, then I ain't got no time for that. I want solutions, and I want an agenda, and I want a map, a roadmap, ladies and gentlemen, to where I can, and for the rest of us, living paycheck to paycheck, using credit cards to pay off bills, and then having that credit card bill max out. You know where I'm going. You know who I'm talking about. You know who we are. I want a better opportunity for me and my family. I want a better financial, outlook for me and my family. I'm 44 years old. I have to start really looking at retirement. And what do I have to do in order to make that inevitability, to make that a reality, excuse me, when retirement age comes, and when that retirement age comes, I still don't have to work. I want to be able to, live out my later and ending part of my life, not worrying about work, not worrying about money, being able to take my wife on trips and vacations and just dropping whatever we want and doing whatever we want that's within our realm of fiscal responsibility. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I want people's feet held to the fire in regards to their actions. I am not saying that I'm dropping the ball on that. That will never happen. What I'm saying is, if we're going to continually rehash the past, stopping progress for the future, then that is exactly what I'm talking about. You may agree, you may disagree, but that is where I am. That's where I feel. That is my vision for this Trump administration. Now, obviously, like I said, there are going to be things that I disagree with in regards to Trump and his agenda. I'm already disagreeing on a few things. This $1 trillion infrastructure, this paid leave, which a lot of people in regards to that are for, but who's going to pay for it? This whole universal healthcare, angle that he has. Now, the whole repeal and replace Obamacare, ladies and gentlemen, I'm still, and I have no idea why my throat is the way it is right now, and I apologize. Let me just clear it real quick, real good. I guess this happens sometimes when you're so animated about things and you got so many things on your mind that you want to get out. But as I digress and get back to repealing and replacing Obamacare, I don't even know what that even means. All I know is I just want Obamacare completely eliminated, completely undone as a law. And let's go back to pre-Obamacare and look at where we were at in regards to what was in place. What was in place, ladies and gentlemen? Free market solutions. So why don't we just expound on that, build on that, take away regulation, make insurance portable across state lines, health saving accounts, and things of that nature. There are so many things that, yes, ladies and gentlemen, that are at our fingertips and at our disposal. Let's implement them and find out what happens. Stop talking about it. Be about it. Stop complaining. Start implementing. That's where I'm at. That's where I think this Trump administration needs to primarily lay its focus on. Put its focus in. put its strength, its I guess, blood, sweat, and tears, let it be the main focus going forward. Proposing solutions to our problems that we have here in America. Not rehashing, not complaining, not acting like a baby like the past and prior administration did in regards to the problems that we have here in America. And as we've talked for many months, as the Obama administration was about to end, there were so many things that we disagreed with him on, that we went to war with. How about we start mending some of those fences? How about we start looking for the solutions to the problems that the Barack Hussein Obama administration caused? That's just me. That's where I stand. And hopefully that's where you stand for the most part as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is yours truly, Dan Adams, a.k.a. the Soulful Conservative, the prosecutor, the DA, asking once again for your prayers, because you know, as I end every podcast, I am going to continue to pray for you and your families. May He continue to bless you and yours. May He keep you and your family safe. Until next time, God bless. Peace.
Cancer. With 32 million patients worldwide, it's something nearly every family faces. So it's important to know about research advancements like immuno-oncology, or IO, which aim to help improve survival and quality of life for patients like my mom, who beat cancer twice, and Mrs. Green. Her daughter moved in when she was diagnosed. Like Ryan, his brother has cancer. Immuno-oncology research strives to harness the body's own immune system to help fight cancer. Join the movement. Ready, Raise, Rise. Visit ReadyRaiseRise.com to raise and share a flag for a loved one, raise money for patient groups, and learn more about IO research.
Fox News Radio. I'm Dave Anthony. 2 days after President Trump's tweet storm claiming he was wiretapped by the outgoing administration.
The president's entire point is that the people deserve to know.
The White House demanding an investigation. Fox's Rachel Sutherland live in Washington.
Dave, Republican Senator Susan Collins of Maine says the president needs to show proof of his claims, telling CBS Face the Nation.
What we need to deal with is evidence, not just statements.
Fox News asked counselor to the president, Kellyanne Conway, how would President Trump know his phones were tapped at Trump Tower?
He's the president of the United States. He has information and intelligence that the rest of us do not.
Former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper told NBC's Meet the Press he knows of no court order allowing surveillance at Trump Tower. Dave.
Rachel, the president will this morning issue a revised immigration executive order.
Fox News has learned that one of those major changes is that Iraq will be removed from the 7 countries on the no travel list. But the order will continue to bar people from 6 other Muslim majority countries. The original order was halted by the courts following a wave of legal challenges.
Fox's Kelly Wright. Other changes, the order will exclude legal permanent residents and have no indefinite ban for Syrian refugees. The Pentagon's probing reports of something salacious within the Marines. Fox's Tanya J. Powers has details live.
A secret Facebook page that not only featured photographs of female Marines, it identified many of them. It's under investigation by the Defense Department. The page had a membership of active duty and retired male Marines, Navy corpsmen, and British Royal Marines. The women were identified as military members, while others were unidentifiable in various stages of undress. The post included obscene comments about some of them. Those photos have since been taken down, Dave.
Tony, the U.S. and several of our allies are condemning North Korea for test launching 4 more ballistic missiles today. 3 of them reached water in Japan's economic zone. Fox News Radio, fair and balanced. There are updates on the battle against ISIS on two fronts. U.S.-backed Syrian fighters today cut the main road between northern Syria and the city of Raqqa, which the terrorists control, though ISIS still has smaller roads and ways around that blockade. This as Iraqi forces keep up the 5-month-long effort to take the city of Mosul back from ISIS.
The Iraqi Federal Police Commandos Division says ISIS sent at least 6 suicide car bombs in an attempt to hurt Iraqi troops in the western part of Mosul, but all of the bombs were destroyed before reaching them. An Iraqi Special Forces major says the militants are using mortar teams in addition to snipers, and that clashes continue despite help by the U.S.-led coalition. Meanwhile, Iraqi forces have captured the Al-Houria Bridge, which leads to the ISIS-held southern portion of Mosul, according to Reuters. The push to retake western Mosul from ISIS began a couple of weeks ago. Since then, at least 30,000 people have fled their homes. In the Mideast Bureau, Jessica Gallagher, Fox News.
Budget cuts keep affecting the IRS, able to conduct fewer audits. There were slightly more than 1 million last year, a 6th straight year of audit declines. At the movies,
20th Century Fox scores one of the biggest March openings ever with an X-Men spin-off.
Logan, I don't want to talk about it. Logan, just stop. Be careful.
Hugh Jackman stars for the last time, he says, as Wolverine in Logan. The film took in $85 million in North American theaters in spite of its R rating. Last week's #1 slipped to #2. Universal's Get Out is still doing good box office biz with another $26 million. In third place, something new that's already a big hit with the faith-based crowd.
You're not thinking about going back there, are you? I gotta do something. You know this isn't a good idea. It's crazy, but that's all I got.
The Shack received harsh reviews, but it also made $16 million. The Lego Batman movie and Before I Fall round out the top 5. Karen McHugh, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are down modestly before this week's trading. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News Radio.
Thank you for coming out. Good night.
Flexing my musical muscle, this hustle as seen as the new trendsetter, ahead of the curve, so superb, top level, superior, on the exterior, never inferior, without a blemish, the cornerstone, lyrical terratone. Make sure that your words are corroborated, brainstem functional, recreational, all the madness in the world, bringing it full force, never off course, the horse that I ride, Kentucky born and bred, Gatorade energy with no synergy, no bunny to make this energize, laid out scenarios for you to decide, March Madness, I'm not on the bubble, quarterback extraordinaire, no huddle, look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, no, it's my life, changing the game, from the basement to the people upstairs, the brothers with the drums are now so square, look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, no, it's my life, changing the game, from the basement to the people upstairs, the brothers with the drums are now so square, on a beaten path, but it still needs beating, reviving the culture you've been mistreating, your soul I'm seeking, just like a missile, whack MCs, prepare for dismissal, feeling the aftermath of the lyrical mistakes made, it's time for a trade, time for bringing it back to the essence, may take some time, some minutes, some seconds, feeling the pressure to uphold the standard, set by the pioneers, never fear, so square and melodics on the case, we don't have time to waste, lay down the foundation for the next generation, filled with the positive, never the negative, ending the era of the bling, let's see what musical skills you can bring, look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, no, it's my life, changing the game, from the basement to the people upstairs, the brothers with the drums are now so square, look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, no, it's my life, changing the game, from the basement to the people upstairs, the brothers with the drums are now so square, who is the one that takes control over any situation left in my creation, put you on a cinder block, chopping off the top, the things not needed, you've exceeded the terms disclosed, come protected or get exposed, I'm not the paparazzi or the press, I'm here to curb your stress, always looking to digest, investigate, keep things simple, don't complicate, don't need your praise and admiration, just keep this vibe in circulation, my intuition is unmatched, take a second to get it on track,
The evidence will purely show. Looking dumbfounded, but now you know. Up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's Malad, changing the game. From the basement to the people upstairs. The brothers with the drums are now so square. Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's Malad, changing the game. From the basement to the people upstairs. The brothers with the drums are now so square.